Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites for you to understand, and then we read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by the respective companies. We haven't done a Deadpool story in a while, have we? And I couldn't think of a better one to do on our symbiote weeks. Things begin in a diner with an officer reading the paper, and the paper explains that Carnage has gotten free again, and he's on a murderous spree right now. He's fed up. Why can't they just kill this monster? Well, the man next to him turns to him and says, "Is that so?" And then he spears the officer through the head. "Who ordered bacon?" Carnage asks as he stands up from the counter. And then he leaps into the air and cuts the limbs off of everyone in the room. Meanwhile, Deadpool is sitting on his couch in New York City munching on some cereal when he overhears the news explaining the murderous rampage that Carnage is on. As he flips through the channels, he pieces together a message that he believes the world is trying to tell him. The killer is not acting randomly, as he believes. Ride the wave of insanity, and you can be the first to find him, boy. So Deadpool gets on his knees and he asks, "Am I the only one crazy enough to find Carnage?" And a game show goes on the television. So Deadpool walks out singing to himself, "Yoo-hoo! Carnage, your soulmate Deadpool is hunting you!" Deadpool isn't wrong though. Both men are totally crazy and he follows the breadcrumbs that he feels the galaxy has laid out for him. He and Carnage are on the same wavelength, so he can find him. So just as Cletus was breathing in the freedom that he's given to himself, Deadpool launches a missile right at his farm, blowing up the whole place. Deadpool then walks up on Carnage as he's recovering, wondering who found him. The two men go at it with Deadpool pulling out his guns, Carnage blocking the bullets, and both men swinging their blades around. Eventually, Carnage jumps on him and pins him, and he asks, "Who the hell do you think you are?" And Deadpool just looks at him. "I'm Deadpool, the merc with the purty mouth." And with that, he shoves a grenade in Carnage's mouth. With Carnage officially defeated and on the ground, Deadpool takes his sword to Carnage's throat, and he says, "See, pal, you may be a homicidal maniac, but when it comes to crazy, you're simply outclassed." And then he gets blasted in the face so hard that it peels back the skin off of his face and blows his mask away. Shriek, Carnage's lover, has arrived. So Carnage gets up and he spears Deadpool. "How did you find me?" So Deadpool explains that there are these crazy wavelengths, and he's able to track the wavelengths of Carnage. This just pisses off Carnage. "Everything I do is random. Every action I do is an offering to the almighty." "Dollar?" Deadpool jumps in. "Chaos!" Carnage yells out. So he begins to run Deadpool through in hopes of ending his life right here and now. And Deadpool struggles to ask, "Do you like music?" And he blares speakers that are on his belt right at Carnage, knocking the symbiote off of Cletus. Cletus falls to the ground yelling, "What is this?" "Oh, this is dubstep," Deadpool tells him. "Your brother, daddy, or whatever Venom is, hates this stuff." Shriek interrupts again though, and Deadpool has to just chuck a whole bunch of grenades on the ground. And just as Deadpool is about to do his victory dance, Carnage rips his stomach out, and Shriek flies the two of them away. Once Deadpool comes to, he realizes that he's gonna need a new uniform and some new gear. So he goes to a local storage locker that he was keeping his gear in, and the lady there tells him that he didn't pay his rent, so it was all sold off to the locals. So he goes to the local who bought his storage locker, and it's there that Deadpool meets his largest fan. After a little bit of gearing up, Deadpool meets back up with Carnage on the highway while he gets ready to crush him with some farm equipment. He begins to chew up Shriek in Carnage's car until he forces Shriek to bang her head, knocking her unconscious. This, of course, pisses Cletus off, so he suits up as Carnage and he jumps back in to fight. "Let's do this, Carnage versus Deadpool round 2. And Deadpool stops him. "Don't you mean Deadpool versus Carnage?" They begin their battle once again, and this time on the highway, with Deadpool cracking jokes like normal. And Carnage just asks, "Don't you ever shut up?" But Deadpool defends his jokey manner by telling Carnage, "One of us has to keep the conversation going." Their fight continues with Deadpool slicing at Carnage and Carnage pushing around Deadpool's insides until Deadpool is hit by a truck and smeared across the highway. Once he wakes up, he's clueless as to where Carnage went as he puts his stomach back together and picks at his own brain. But the universe fills him in once again. The fight isn't over. "Find him, stop him," is all Deadpool can hear from the passerbys. And then he sees a nameplate that says Mercury and Team. "What's Mercury Team?" he thinks to himself. So Deadpool follows the trail of blood and death until he gets to the Mercury Team, which is a government-run team that uses the other symbiotes that they've captured over the years. Carnage has gone to the Mercury Team to kill the host of the symbiotes and leave the symbiotes themselves to die there. So Deadpool creeps into the base, but realizes that he's too late because the entire Mercury team has already been killed, and the vats have already been broken into. Suddenly, before he can even attack, Carnage cuts off both his arms, and his legs, and his head. "Try healing back from that as I burn this place to the ground," he yells out as he leaves the room with Shriek. Is this the end of the Merc with the mouth? Well, it may have been if Carnage didn't leave the 4 symbiotes there that hate him, because they bond with Deadpool becoming his new arms and his new legs. Deadpool gets up with symbiotes all over him now, and he thinks, "Oh boy, and here I thought I had split personalities before!" And he yells out as he gets ready to battle Carnage one final time. This time, Deadpool starts things off by taking a sniper shot at Carnage's head from a distance using the enhanced sight of phage, while Carnage is trying to get answers as to who this higher power of chaos is that's controlling him. Then Deadpool sends in the symbiote dog, Lasher, which just confuses Carnage even more. And on top of that, Deadpool uses the super speed of the symbiote Riot to tear through Carnage's body. While doing all of this, Deadpool makes Shriek think that she just blasted Carnage in the stomach, messing with her head, forcing her to flee from the scene as she thinks that she just killed Carnage. With Carnage weak and confused and Shriek gone, Deadpool lights up Carnage, throwing his tasers into Carnage's stomach, and then he runs him through the stomach. But Carnage gets an upper hand as he fights back like a cornered dog, and he knocks Deadpool out temporarily. Carnage runs off looking for Shriek so that they can get out of there, but Deadpool has one last trick up his sleeve. He covers Shriek with his symbiotes and makes her look like Deadpool, so Carnage falls for the trap, and he kills her. He screams out that he should have listened, he should have left, no one can control Carnage! Well, Deadpool fled the scene because Carnage turned himself in. He decided that he would just sit right there in jail in one spot and do nothing until he is free of whoever is controlling him. And once he finally breaks free of whoever is controlling him, he'll get his revenge. Once Deadpool walks away from the whole scene, he passes the combined symbiote of Hybrid onto the Team Mercury dog. And he walks away, because who needs a symbiote when you're Deadpool? I hope you guys enjoyed that story, and if you did, please give the video a like, we really do appreciate it. Now don't forget, TeePublic is running a special sale this week, and if you're watching this video much later, they've always got shirts involving Venom over there. Go to our store, which you can find the link of in the description down below, and you can find a whole bunch of Venom shirts that we've picked out for you. Get them on sale this week, or just go get them in general. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time right here at Comic Story.